Why did a German general surrender voluntarily to the Soviets despite being in the custody of the Western Allies? In late May 1945, in Austrian Carinthia, British commanders informed General Helmuth von Pannwitz that on account of his German citizenship, he would not be handed over to the Soviet Union, but his soldiers would. That legal distinction separated two very different fates, yet the general resolved that they should be one. His men were Cossacks, heirs to a warrior caste that had remained loyal to the Romanovs for 300 years until the Revolution of 1917, after which Bolshevik power abolished their privileges, confiscated their lands, and executed tens of thousands in a campaign of repression that Russian and Western historiography knows as decossacization. When Germany invaded the Soviet Union in 1941, many Cossacks who had survived that campaign saw in the invader a means of resuming their lost war. In 1943, the Wehrmacht gathered those volunteers into the 1st Cossack Cavalry Division and entrusted its command to von Pannwitz, an officer of the Prussian aristocracy. Among the measures he implemented, the general required his officers to learn Russian, restored Orthodox services, and respected the traditions of his troops. His soldiers responded by electing him Supreme Ataman, a dignity that tradition reserved for the Tsar. That loyalty, however, was forged in the service of a brutal campaign. In the autumn of 1943, von Pannwitz's Cossacks were deployed to the independent state of Croatia, where the division left a documented trail of looting, rape, and the murder of civilians. And although the general ordered exemplary punishments, the violence continued, and von Pannwitz remained throughout at the head of those who carried it out. When the war ended in May 1945, the roughly 25,000 Cossack soldiers under von Pannwitz's command surrendered to the British Army in Austria. The Yalta agreements obliged the Allies to return Soviet citizens, and the handovers began amid deception and violence. General von Pannwitz, exempt by virtue of his passport, was informed that he would be separated from his men, but he refused. He deliberately renounced that safeguard and accompanied his soldiers, surrendering to the officers of the Red Army. What followed was more than a year and a half of interrogation in Moscow. On January 16, 1947, he was convicted of war crimes alongside the principal Cossack commanders and hanged that same day in Lefortovo prison. But his story did not end there. In 1996, the Russian Military Prosecutor's Office rehabilitated him as a victim of political repression, yet only 5 years later, the same institution annulled that decision and reinstated the original sentence, invoking the crimes committed in the Balkans. In the end, it may be said that not even the state that executed him managed to settle what he had been.